I want to talk to y'all about this thing that you're probably doing. I know I've done it several times. And it's a thing that you do whenever you owe money, whether you owe it to your friend, your cousin, your mama, your credit card. It's a thing. And it's ironic because we all know about karma and we all know about like law of attraction and those kind of things, but this is something that a lot of people don't talk about. So whenever you owe people money and you essentially hold out on their money for whatever reason, and just to be clear, as I'm talking about this, I want to make it known that I am not talking about cases where you're not paying something or you're not paying someone because you literally don't have the money to pay it. Like you're waiting to get paid or something like that. That's not what I'm talking about. I am referring to when you have the money, but you're not paying somebody up front. Also, let me just quickly say, because I forgot this, that if it is your first time joining one of my videos, my name is Bianca Lynch of BiancaLynchCoaching.com. And I'm an accountability coach. So I help millennials turn their health, wealth, and bucket list goals into reality. And lately, we've been talking about money. We've been talking a lot about money. And we all have our own journey, whenever it comes to this. And I think that for me, especially, so being, like a Black female, and, like the way that I grew up, and I know a lot of minorities can relate to this, especially if you don't come from a lot of money. But, we get into these habits where we are constantly saying things and we're constantly doing things, and we don't realize how, I want a more dramatic word than bad, but bad is all I got right now. But like you just don't realize how it's killing you. Like you don't realize how it's killing, the fact that you don't have all the money that you want. The fact that we say we want to make more money, we say that we want to get out of debt, we want to invest, we want to build wealth, all of these things. I should use a tripod. My arm already tired. But here's the thing. Whenever you owe money to someone and you hold out and you don't pay them on time, what I'm starting to realize is that shit comes back around. And like I said, this can be anybody. Like this can be like your friend, your cousin. This could be like a bill. Like, we like a lot. Sometimes, people joke about paying their bills at the last minute or like not paying them on time. But in reality, you're just hurting yourself. And when I say you, I mean, and I'm completely talking to myself as well. We do these things where we are doing the bare minimum. And if our payment is due, you paying your rent on the 5th, and that shit due on the 1st. It's due on the 1st. Why you always paying it on the 5th? Like, have you ever just considered what it would be like to pay it on the 1st? Like, I think like the first time that I paid a bill, not like on time, but like paying something off or like paying something like early, you just get this feeling of like, ooh, I just did that. Like I paid that early. And like I remember whenever I got the car payment on the car that I have right now, I'm switching arms, y'all. My arm already tired. When I first got my car payment, it was $300 a month, and that was expensive for me back then. I was working at Lowe's Home Improvement, super fun job, but I mean, not paying me so much that $300 a month was cake. And yeah, that 300 was killing me. So I ended up getting it refinanced, and I was paying like $268. But I was grateful as hell for that $32. And once I ended up graduating and getting my first adult job, I started paying like $300 again, right? So it's like an extra $30. Nothing crazy. But it felt so good to do that. And then as I started making more money, I paid even more on it. And I ended up paying my car off a year and a half early, like without like barely even noticing, like just by paying a little bit more. And we've talked about how a lot of us fall into the trap of thinking that, oh, if I can't do all of this, then I'm not going to do any of this. If all you can do is afford to pay extra 10, pay the extra 10, but pay that shit and pay it on time, and don't pay it grudgingly. Pay it with gratitude. Again, I'm saying this to myself too, because I ain't gonna lie. I be looking at my credit card, and even when I make a payment, like I'd be happy, but I also be like, oh, that could have been something else. That could have been something else real nice. It could have been, but it wasn't. And so, I mean, it's essentially the same for y'all. Like I said, like if you owe somebody, and if you say I'm gonna pay you next Friday when I get paid, pay them next Friday when you get paid. Don't make people chase you. Don't make people ask you. And on top of that, don't be that person. You're hurting you. Like we out here being like, I want to make more money. I want to do this. We get so mad when people don't pay us our money. We get so mad when people make us follow up with them. But guess what? We do it. We pay our bills at the last minute, or we pay our bills late. We pay people back late, or we don't pay people back at all. And all of that comes back around. Imagine a life where you pay all your bills early. Imagine when you pay a little bit extra every month. Imagine just like paying shit off because you can. Because instead of going out to eat 7 days a week, you said, nah, I'm gonna put an extra $60 on my credit card. Or instead of, oh yeah, I borrowed money from her, I told her I was gonna pay her back, but she hasn't mentioned it, so I'm gonna just wait. Why don't you pay her early? Why don't you pay her back with interest? Y'all want to talk? Y'all want to talk about that? Y'all don't want to. I mean, honestly, we blocking blessings whenever we do that. Whenever we pay other people late, whenever we pay our bills late, whenever what they say, rob Paul to pay Peter, rob Peter, whoever you robbing to pay the other person, whatever it is. So at the end of the day, like I said, if it's a situation where it's like you don't have the money, I'm not talking to you because, again, humble. We all been there. Like, we all been there where it was like, I just ain't got it right now. But if you got the money, pay it. Pay it on time. Pay it early. Pay more than you have to. Like, train your brain. Train your brain and your mind to think, I am someone who pays my stuff on time. I am someone who pays my things early. I'm someone who pays things off. I don't make minimum payments. I don't make late payments. And I'm not crazy. I mean, I completely get that you can't always do that. So I encourage you, hell, I challenge you to just pick one thing. One thing. There's something you're paying every month. If you're an adult and you watching this, you got a bill. And if you don't, talk to me because I got something for you. Anyway. But yeah, like, I challenge you. Pick one thing. Pick one thing. Figure out what the due date is and commit to paying that thing off early every month. Commit to the next time you borrow money from someone, if you have to, commit to paying them back either early, if possible, on time, or with interest. Stop acting like you broke. That's why you broke. You broke because you always acting like you broke. Broke people pay their shit late. Broke people let the shit get past due. Broke people make people chase them down for their money. And guys, understand, being broke is a mindset. Like, it really, really is. And like I said, I'm humble. Like, I'm not out here trying to act like I'm better than anybody else. I'm not trying to I'm not out here trying to act like I ain't never been broke. I'm not out here trying to act like I ain't been broke recently. I'm humble. I'm real humble. But anyway, that's pretty much the whole message. Like, that's really all I got for y'all. And it's nice to do it on live because I don't have to be, I mean, I'm not saying my IGTVs be fancy. You know, I be chilling on my stairs on my little tripod. But this is like way more just like, I feel like I'm doing just like a long ass Instagram story, which I guess technically that's what this is. But anyway, that's essentially the moral of the story. You know, we've been talking about money. We've been talking about investing. By the way, if you ever join the Wealth Builders community, I suggest you join it fast because our friends and family rate is gone after tomorrow. So join that if you're not in it yet. Also, stay tuned for that masterclass, how to pay off your credit card debt 2 times faster without going broke. I'm going to tell y'all everything. I'm going to tell you everything about how in January I was looking at $20,000 worth of credit card debt and now I'm down to under $4,000. And the how is shaky, but I'm not walking into 2021 with credit card debt. Like, listen, like I said, I don't know how it's going to work out right now, but I'm not. But I'm going to tell y'all how I paid off more than $18,000 in credit card debt. And if you're wondering about my math, I'm talking about interest. And if you got credit cards and if they up there in them thousands, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, stay tuned for the masterclass. Pre-sale is dropping on Thursday. Be ready. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got for y'all. But this was kind of fun. So I think I'm going to try to go live again. It's kind of late for me. I'm ready to go to bed. But yeah, we going to do this again. Thank you for the 3 people who joined. If y'all catch the replay, just, shoot me a DM because I would love to know what you thought of this video. And again, I am Bianca Lynch of BiancaLynchCoaching.com, helping people get their shit together. Good night.